Have you ever wondered why the person who claims to love you sometimes seems to pull away? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of human behavior to reveal why someone who cares deeply might appear distant. This isn't about playing games, it's about understanding the complex emotions and past experiences that shape the way we connect with others. Imagine this: you're enjoying a lovely conversation, and suddenly, his responses become brief, his eye contact fades, and his presence feels less warm. It's easy to feel confused or even hurt. But before you start questioning your worth or the love you share, let's take a closer look at what might be going on behind the scenes. Understanding the complexity of human behavior. Human behavior is rarely as simple as it seems. Our actions are influenced by a mix of emotions, memories, and fears. Often, when someone you care about seems to ignore you or act distant, it's not a reflection of your value. Instead, it could be a manifestation of internal struggles they're grappling with, struggles that have nothing to do with you. For many people, the idea of opening up and showing genuine emotion is intimidating. Past experiences, especially painful ones, can create a protective barrier around their hearts. This barrier, while designed to protect them from further hurt, can sometimes cause them to withdraw when they feel too close. So, when he becomes distant, it might be his way of shielding himself from the fear of rejection or being hurt again. The role of fear in insecurity. Fear is a powerful emotion. It can convince us to hold back even when we want to express our true feelings. For some, the fear of being vulnerable is overwhelming. They worry that if they reveal how much they care, they might be setting themselves up for disappointment. As a result, they choose silence or distance as a way to manage this fear. Think about it: if you've ever hesitated to share your deepest thoughts because you feared judgment or rejection, you understand how difficult it can be. When someone ignores you, it's often not a sign that their love has faded, but rather that they're struggling with their own insecurities. Their behavior might be a signal of an internal battle, where the risk of showing true emotion seems too great compared to the potential pain. Attachment styles and past experiences. Our past plays a significant role in shaping how we relate to others. Psychological research shows that attachment styles, patterns of behavior formed in childhood, greatly influence our relationships as adults. If someone has experienced neglect or inconsistency in the past, they might develop an avoidant attachment style. This means that when relationships become intense, they instinctively pull back as a way to protect themselves. Alternatively, someone with an anxious attachment might constantly seek reassurance, fearing abandonment at every turn. However, even anxious individuals can sometimes become overwhelmed by their own emotions, leading to withdrawal as a way to cope with the intensity of their feelings. Both scenarios highlight that the silence you're experiencing could be more about their personal history than about your relationship. The impact of societal pressures. There's also a cultural aspect to consider. Society often teaches us that playing it cool is attractive, that showing too much emotion might be seen as a weakness. Many people internalize this idea, and as a result, they might deliberately hold back their feelings. When he acts distant, it could be an attempt to appear confident and in control, even if it means sacrificing the authentic connection you both deserve. This mask of coolness, while it might seem protective, only deepens the distance between you. Genuine connection requires openness and vulnerability, qualities that allow trust and intimacy to flourish. When someone hides behind this facade, it creates a barrier that prevents both parties from truly understanding one another. Overthinking and anxiety. Another factor that often contributes to distant behavior is overthinking. When emotions run high, our minds can spiral into a series of what-ifs. What if I say the wrong thing? What if my actions aren't enough? These internal questions can lead to anxiety, making it even harder for someone to express their feelings clearly. In the midst of this mental chaos, staying silent might feel like the safer option. Overthinking creates a loop of uncertainty. Every little gesture or word is analyzed until it loses its original meaning. If you find yourself on the receiving end of such behavior, try to remember that his silence may be more about the noise in his head than a reflection of his true feelings for you. Breaking the cycle, patience and understanding. So, what can you do when his behavior leaves you feeling isolated? First and foremost, give him, and yourself, a little time. Patience isn't about waiting passively, It's about creating space for healing and understanding. Instead of interpreting his silence as disinterest, consider it as part of his journey to overcome personal fears. Recognize that his behavior might change with time as he works through his emotions. Communication is also key. Instead of accusing him or letting frustration build, try to gently open a dialogue. Express your feelings without placing blame. Share your perspective and invite him to share his. Sometimes, a sincere conversation can break down the barriers that have kept both of you at arm's length. Reassurance and self-worth. It's crucial to remind yourself that his struggle is not a measure of your worth. You deserve a relationship where both partners are open and engaged. If his distance becomes a recurring pattern that leaves you feeling undervalued, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. Healthy love is built on mutual respect, clear communication, and emotional availability. Don't settle for a connection that consistently leaves you in doubt. Take this opportunity to focus on your own well-being as well. Engage in activities that boost your confidence and bring you joy. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family who can remind you of your value. Sometimes, strengthening your own sense of self can also inspire your partner to overcome their internal struggles. The power of empathy. Try to see the situation from his perspective. Perhaps he's battling a wave of emotions that he doesn't know how to handle. Instead of viewing his silence as a personal rejection, approach it with empathy. Empathy can transform the way you experience difficult moments. It allows you to see beyond the surface and understand the deeper challenges at play. When you respond with empathy, you create a space where both of you can feel safe enough to express your vulnerabilities. This mutual understanding can pave the way for a deeper connection, one where both partners feel heard and valued. Final thoughts: trusting the process. At the end of the day, relationships are a work in progress. There will be moments of confusion, pain, and uncertainty. However, these moments can also be opportunities for growth, both individually and as a couple. Remember that every person is fighting their own battles, and sometimes, the best we can do is offer a little kindness and patience. If you're on the receiving end of his silence, don't let it diminish your self-worth. Instead, see it as a challenge to understand the complex nature of love and human behavior. Keep the lines of communication open, continue to build trust, and be willing to give the relationship space to evolve. True connection is a journey, and sometimes the bumps along the way can lead to a deeper, more resilient bond. So, next time you feel the sting of his distance, take a deep breath and remind yourself, his silence might just be his way of processing fear, anxiety, or past hurt. And while it might be hard in the moment, with time, understanding, and honest communication, there's a chance for both of you to grow stronger together. If you're finding this message helpful, stick around for more insights on how to navigate the challenges of love and relationships. Your path to a deeper connection might just begin with understanding the hidden layers behind every silence.